Have you ever wondered how you can hit the golf ball further without even swinging the club faster? In this video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you, and I'm going to do it now. Now, you see, there are a number of ways you can hit the golf ball further. Obviously, by swinging faster, that is one of them, but that comes with many risks. It's risking losing golf balls, it's risking potentially losing your game, and there are easier ways to do it. So, I guarantee that if you follow the simple tips in this video, you will hit the golf ball further than ever before without necessarily swinging any faster. Now, the first tip is to make sure, this sounds quite simple, but make sure you hit the middle of this club face as often as possible. You see, hitting long drives is all good and well, but what we want to be doing is hitting consistently long drives. Now, you might be hitting them out of the toe, you might be hitting them out of the heel, and that can all be down to your spine angle. It could be down to your losing posture here. It could be down to your gaining posture here. As you can imagine, that's going to have a huge effect on where the club is in relation to the ball impact. And having club head speed is great, but if you lose your posture and lose your centre of strike, that's not going to transfer into ball speed. And ball speed is exactly how we hit longer drives, or even longer golf shots in general. A lot of these tips can be transferred into irons, into hybrids, into 3-woods, but this second tip isn't one of them. You see, I want to make sure that you keep your sternum behind the golf ball, and that's going to allow you to hit the golf ball on the up with the driver. Now, this has to work in tandem with your ball position. If your ball position's too far back, the sternum's going to be ahead of the ball, and that's when you see people hit down on the ball, and that's when you'll see spin rates rise. That's when you'll see big horrible fades, big horrible cuts, the odd slice, and the occasional lost ball. So not only are you potentially losing distance, but you're also costing yourself money by losing golf balls. So make sure that that ball position's correct, and make sure that your club is working on the way up through the ball. So the low point is in front of the ball, the club works on the way up after the shot. Guys, I have done videos like this more in depth, so I will put those in the description below. Another thing this will help you with, and this is vitally important to hitting long drives without swinging faster, is to make sure your swing path, or the way the club moves through the ball, isn't massively one way or the other. It's not massively from the inside, it's not massively from the outside, because what we're trying to do is create a spin axis on the golf ball where the golf ball rotates as neutrally as possible. If that spin axis is tilted to one side or the other, that's going to either make the ball dip out of the air if you hit a hook, or it's going to slice into the outer bounds on this hole if you've hit a slice. One other thing as well which we need to do if we want to hit longer drive is not only make sure the ball's hitting the centre of this club face, but making sure the club face is square at impact, because you guessed it, if that driver face is aiming right at impact or aiming left at impact, not only is that golf ball going to be off the fairway, out of bounds in the lake, but it's also not going to be going as far as possible. Now, to make sure we square that club face up at impact as perfectly as possible, we need to make sure that the sequencing of the body in the downswing is perfect. And by that, I mean we're going to attack the ball from the ground up. So my legs are going to move first, followed by my hips, followed by my torso, followed by my shoulders, followed by my arms, followed by the club. You'll see there that club face is perfectly square to the ball, and remember the low point was in front of the ball and it's come from a nice neutral path. All those things are certainly going to help you not only hit the ball longer, but hit it straighter, keep it in play, beat all of your friends, and hopefully bring your handicap crashing down. Guys, I mentioned earlier that I have one golden tip at the end of this video, and I've actually got a couple of them, so make sure you do stay tuned. One of them being, how high do you tee the ball? Because if you're not teeing the ball correctly for your angle of attack and your dynamic loft, then that's going to cost you distance as well. Something as simple as using a higher tee peg, a lower tee peg, will help you hit longer drives, you guessed it, without swinging the club any further, faster. And that can tie nicely with points that we've already touched on in this video. If you're going to hit down on the ball and you can't quite get yourself to get the low point in front of the ball, then using a different height tee peg, by teeing that ball a little bit higher, moving it further in the stance, that's going to automatically help you keep your sternum behind the ball, hit up on the ball, and we're kind of back at point one there, but that's such an easy way of doing so. Another one, how many people here use stiff shaft 9-degree drivers? Now, to launch a 9-degree driver, you have to have a certain amount of club head speed, and we all know this video isn't about picking up club head speed. So if you're using a stiff shaft, an extra stiff shaft, an 8-degree and 9-degree driver, consider hitting a few shots on a launch monitor, seeing how that ball takes off, seeing the peak height, seeing the spin rate and the ball speed, And hopefully guys, all those points together will help you hit longer drives without swinging any faster, which is the dream, isn't it? Now let's hit one and see if we put all those things together, if we can hit a nice long shot down this fairway. So sternum in the right place, ball position in the right place. We're going to take the club away, and that will work wonderfully. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed that, and I hope it does help your game. If it does, consider hitting that subscribe button below, leave us a like on this video. I'll look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at the same time. Don't be late.